Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Darati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवारि पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Dibo, Hare Krishna Karti Prabhu, please accept Mahaprabhu obeisances, all glories to
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to you. Very happy to hear your recitation.
Oh, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Prabhu, where is everyone? I tried to invite them,
I don't know, Prabhu.
but thank you for
I
joining.
don't know.
Very nice that you joined.
Yeah, I cannot leave you alone.
Yes,
Thank
Prabhu.
you for tolerating me.
No, Prabhu, there's nothing to tolerate. Okay, let's at least wait that Pranjal Prabhu joins. Or maybe I need to send the invite privately. Usually that works. Oh, there's 4 messages. What did you say, Prabhu?
Hmm?
What did you send?
You can check, I forgot.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oye Vaishnava Thakura,
Oh, yes.
Dayara Sagar, Eda Shekhar Nakari. What?
You asked about this Harshit, real
Yeah,
Harsh.
is he good devotee?
He joined, what is this? December 2023. He has been for a long time there. I don't know much. Yesterday he spoke first time.
Okay, you try to speak with him, motivate him.
Oh, but Prabhu, he said, Prabhuji, I want to take initiation soon.
Mm. No, it's okay. You can get motivated. How old is he? Just inquire all these things.
I'm trying to remember where I found him. Let's see if he joins.
I'll
Yesterday,
just wash my hands and come, Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. Okay. Hare Krishna, Rahul Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Oh, Haribol. He's gonna join Prabhu. Prabhu, he's gonna join. Karti Prabhu. You can ask all the questions. But where is Lebhang Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Rahul Prabhu, Dhanrapna, Hare Krishna Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Guruji, then Vietnam, Jai Shri
Gonna
Prabhupada.
join.
What about Pranjal Prabhu? How come he's not here?
Maybe he's doing some project. But this new Prabhu is gonna join in few minutes, Prabhu.
Oh, is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
He said coming as soon as possible. Let's see.
Yes, Prabhu. By your association, your consistent endeavors in the reading session are motivating all the new devotees to also come and take association. That's nice. Please keep messaging them daily.
Yes, Prabhu. I'll try, but if I'm alone, then it doesn't work. Let's. Who can join Madhav Prabhu? No. Oh, there is Lubesh Prabhu also. Maybe he's traveling to India.
My Prabhu messaged you about going to Canada, is it?
Yes, Prabhu. He
I
said.
saw the text.
He said try to arrange a visit.
Yeah, come there, no? It'll be nice. Not come there because I'm not there, but I mean go there.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, Siddharth Prabhu could join. Neil Prabhu. Where is Neil Prabhu? Vivek Prabhu, Amit Prabhu, Raj Prabhu.
I can stay until 8:10. So if we could start a little bit early, it'd be good. I mean, just suggesting, that's all.
Okay, now we will read. Are you ready?
Yes, so just give me 1 minute. I'll just check. Okay, no messages. Right. Sami Prabhu, you're only messaging. Okay, all other tabs closed. All right. Yes, can read. No problem.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity.
Yes,
Which
Prabhu.
chapter are we in?
This is still 6:40.
640. Right. Thank you, Prabhu. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Partha Naiveha Namutra Vinashashtasya Vidyate Nahi Kalyanakrit Kaschid Durgatim Tata Gachati. Synonym Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Partha, or son of Pritha, na eva, never is it so. Iha, in this material world, na, never. Amutra, in the next life. Vinashaha, destruction. Tasya, his. Vidyate, exists. Na, never. He, certainly. Kalyanakrit, one who is engaged in auspicious activities. Kashtit, anyone. Durgatim, degradation. Tata, or tata, is it? Tata, is it? Okay. Thereafter, Gachati, going. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace by Charanaраvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Translation: the Blessed Lord, see, the first word is Sarva. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Purport. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17, Sri Narada Muni instructs Vyasadeva as follows. So, as he said, I will be reading. So, what is the tune, if you can help me?
Svasvadharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajana pakko thapate tato yadi. Like this.
Okay, all right, I'll try.
Anymore.
Tyakta sadharmam charanam bhujam hare bhajan napako tapate tato yadi yatra yatraka vabhadram abhud amushya kim kovartapto bhajatam swadharmataha. Sorry for the
Prabhu, very nice,
reading
Prabhu.
properly. If someone gives up all material prospects and takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no loss or degradation in any way. On the other hand, a non devotee may fully engage in his occupational duties and yet not gain anything. For material prospects, there are many activities, both scriptural and customary. A transcendentalist is supposed to give up all material activities for the sake of spiritual advancement in life, Krishna consciousness. One may argue that by Krishna consciousness one may attain the highest perfection if it is completed. But if one does not attain such a perfectional stage, then he loses both materially and spiritually. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one has to suffer the reaction of not executing prescribed duties. Therefore, one who fails to discharge transcendental activities properly becomes subject to these reactions. The Bhagavatam assures the unsuccessful transcendentalist that there need be no worries, even though he may be subjected to the reaction of not perfectly executing prescribed duties. Hmm. He is still not a loser because auspicious Krishna consciousness is never forgotten. And one so engaged will continue to be even so, even if he is low born in the next life. On the other hand, one who simply follows strictly the prescribed duties need not necessarily attain auspicious results if he is lacking in Krishna consciousness. Hmm. The purport may be understood as follows: humanity may be divided into two sections, namely the regulated and non regulated. Those who are engaged simply in bestial sense gratification without knowledge of their next life or spiritual salvation belong to the non regulated section. And those who follow the principles of prescribed duties in the scriptures are classified amongst the regulated section. The non regulated section, both civilized and non civilized, educated and non educated, strong and weak, are full of animal propensities. Their activity is never auspicious because, enjoying the animal propensities of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, they perpetually remain in material existence, which is always miserable. On the other hand, those who are regulated by scriptural injunctions and thus gradually rise to Krishna consciousness certainly progress in life. Those who are then following the path of auspiciousness can be divided into three sections, namely, the followers of scriptural rules and regulations who are enjoying material prosperity. Two, those who are trying to find out the ultimate liberation from material existence. Three, those who are devotees in Krishna consciousness, those who are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures for material happiness. Sorry. Three, those who are devotees in Krishna consciousness. Full stop. Those who are following the rules and regulations of the scriptures for material happiness may be further divided into two classes. Okay. Those who are fruitive workers and those who desire no fruit for sense gratification. Okay. Those who are fruitive, those who are after fruitive results for sense gratification may be elevated to a higher. You can scroll down, proof. Standard of life, even to higher planets. But still, because they're not free from material existence, they are not following the truly auspicious path. The only auspicious activities are those which lead one to liberation. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self realization or liberation from the material bodily concept of life is not at all auspicious. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self realization or liberation from the material bodily concept of life is not at all auspicious. So even the karma, the karma yogi, the jnana yogi, that's also not auspicious. Activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity, and anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily discomforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. And because the Eightfold Yoga system is directed towards the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious. Oh. Eightfold Yoga System. Eightfold Yoga System refers to Hatha Yoga, right?
Yes, Prabhu, I think so.
Hmm. Such practice is also auspicious, and no one who's trying his best in this matter need fear degradation.
It means yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi.
Yeah, but this is Hatha Yoga, right? These 8 things comes
These
under
are the
Hatha Yoga.
8 themes of yoga.
Okay. And because the eightfold yoga system is
I,
directed towards
I,
the ultimate.
yeah, I think it's not just hatha yoga. This means like the whole process from. I'm not sure, Prabhu. From from the abstinence to samadhi. I think this means that eightfold yoga.
Right. Yeah. Because Srila Prabhupada, right? And because eightfold yoga system is directed towards the ultimate realization of Krishna consciousness, such practice is also auspicious. Right. Mm. All right. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Next verse. Text 41, 6.41, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
प्राप्य पुण्यकृतं लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती हि समः शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे yogo brashto vijayate. Synonyms: prapya, after achieving; punya kritam, of those who perform pious activities; lokan, planets; ushitva, after dwelling; shashvatihi, shashvatihi, tihi, is it? How do you pronounce this? Shashvatihi, is it? Many. Samaha, yes. Suchinam, of those pious; Srimatam, of the prosperous; Gehe, in the house of; Yoga Brashtaha, one who's fallen from the path of self realization; Abhijayate, takes his birth. Hare Krishna, Labuhan. Prabhu, Dandar Pranam, thank you for joining. All goes to Prabhupada.
Hare
Very
Krishna
good.
Prabhu, please accept my elevation,
Everyone,
Srila Krishna Prabhupada.
Isha Prabhupada. Ribor.
Haribo.
Thanks for joining.
Translation. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Purport. The unsuccessful yogis are divided into 2 classes. One is fallen after very little progress, and one is fallen after long practice of yoga. The yogi who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After prolonged life there, he is sent back again to this planet to take birth in the family of a righteous Brahmana, Vaishnava, or of aristocratic merchants. The real purpose of yoga practice is to achieve the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness. But those who do not persevere to such an extent and fail due to material allurements are allowed, by the grace of the Lord, to make full utilization of their material propensities. And after that, they are given opportunities to live prosperous lives in righteous or aristocratic families. Those who are born in such families may take advantage of the facilities and try to elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. Text 42. अथावा योगिनानि एव कुले भवति धीमताम् एथाधि दुर्लभातरम् लोके जन्म यत् ईदृशाम्. Synonyms: Athava, Athava, or Yoginam, of learned transcendentalists; Eva, certainly. Kule, in the family of; Bhavati, takes birth; Dhimatham, of those who are endowed with great wisdom; Etat, this he, certainly; Dhur Labhataram, very rare; Loke, in this world; Janma, birth; Yat, that which; Idrisham, like this. Translation. Or he takes birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Verily, such a birth is rare in this world. Hmm. Like Sudam. Purport. Birth in a family of yogis or transcendentalists, those with great wisdom, is praised herein because a child born in such a family receives spiritual impetus from the very beginning of his life. It is especially the case in the Acharya or Goswami families. Mm. Such families are very learned and devoted by tradition and training, and thus they become spiritual masters. In India, there are many such Acharya families, but they have now degenerated due to insufficient education and training. By the grace of the Lord, there are still families that foster transcendentalists generation after generation. It is certainly very fortunate to take birth in such families. Fortunately, both our spiritual master, Om Vishnupada Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self had the opportunity to take birth in such families. By the grace of the Lord, and both of us were trained in the devotional service of the Lord from the very beginning of our lives. Later on, we met by the order of the transcendental systems. Harivo. Bhagavan Prabhu said he will join tomorrow. He's busy right now. Thank you, Prabhu. Harivo. Oh, Hare Krishna, Vivek Prabhu, Dhanar Pranam, all goes to Prabhupada. Thank you. Text 43. Can I read this verse as well? One more verse. Is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Tatra tam buddhi samyogam labhate paurvadehikam yattate cha tato bhuyah samshiddhau kuru nandana. Synonyms: tatra, thereupon; tam, that; buddhi samyogam, revival of such consciousness; labhathe, regains; paurva, previous; dehikam, bodily consciousness; yat tate, endeavors; cha, also; tataha, thereafter; bhuyaha, again; samshiddhau, for perfection; kuru nandana, son of Kuru. Translation: on taking such a birth, he again revives the divine consciousness of his previous life, and he tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O son of Kuru. Purport: King Bharata, who took his third birth in the family of a good Brahmana, is an example of good birth for the revival of previous transcendental consciousness. King Bharata was the emperor of the world, and since his time, this planet is known among the demigods as Bharatavarsha. Formerly, it was known as Ilavartavarsha. The emperor, at an early age, retired for spiritual perfection but failed to achieve success. In his next birth, in his next life, he took birth in the family of a good Brahmana and was known as Jadabharata because he always remained secluded and did not talk to anyone. And later on, he was discovered as the greatest transcendentalist by King Rahugana. From his life, it is understood that transcendental endeavors or the practice of yoga never go in vain. By the grace of the Lord, the transcendentalist gets repeated opportunities for complete perfection in Krishna consciousness. Hariva. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, Prabhu, for reading.
Thank you for reading.
Rahul Prabhu or Vivek Prabhu can take over, or Sami Prabhu, you as well. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All goes to Prabhupada.
Who wants to read? If you like Prabhu or Rahul Prabhu, can you read? Haribol, I can read one. पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते. Purva, previous; abhyasena, practice; tena, by the influence of that; eva, certainly; hriyate, is attracted; he, surely; avasaha, helpless; api, also; saha, he; jignasu, willing to know; api, so; yogasya, of yoga; shabda brahma, ritualistic principles of scripture; ativartate, transcends; translation. By virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist striving for yoga stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. Purport. Advanced yogis are not very much attracted to the rituals of the scriptures, but they automatically become attracted to the yoga principles which can elevate them to complete Krishna consciousness, the highest yoga perfection. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.8, such disregard of Vedic rituals by the advanced transcendentalist is explained as follows. Aho badasva pachoto kariyan yaji vagre vartate namatubhyam te pustapaste juhuvuh sasnurarya brahmanu churnama grananti yete. O my Lord, persons who chant the holy name of your lordship are far, far advanced in spiritual life, even if born in families of dog eaters. Such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifices, bathed in all sacred places, and finished all scriptural studies. The famous example of this was presented by Lord Chaitanya, who accepted Thakur Haridas as one of his most important disciples. Although Thakur Haridas happened to take his birth in a Muslim family, he was elevated to the post of Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya rig, due to his rigidly attend principle of chanting 300,000 holy names of the Lord daily. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And because he chanted the holy name of the Lord constantly, it is understood that in his previous life he must have passed through all the ritualistic methods of the Vedas known as Shabda Brahman. Unless therefore one is purified, one cannot take to the principle of Krishna consciousness nor become engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Okay, Haribol. Okay, I can read one more. This is 645. प्रयत्नात्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्ध किल्बिषा अनेक जन्म संसिद्धास ततो याति परम गतिम प्रयत्नात् by rigid practice yatamanaha one who endeavors. Two, but yogi, such a transcendentalist, samsuddha, washed of kilbisa, all kinds of sins, aneka, many, janma, birds, samsiddha, so achieved perfection, tataha, thereafter, yati, attains, param, highest gatim, destination. Translation. But when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contamination, then ultimately, after many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Purport. A person born in particularly righteous, aristocratic, or sacred family becomes conscious of his favorable condition for executing yoga practice. With determination, therefore, he begins his unfinished task, and thus he completely cleanses himself of all material contaminations. When he is finally free from all contaminations, he attains the supreme perfection. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the perfect stage of being freed from all contamination. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam tedvandva mohanit mukta bhajante mam dridavrata. After many births of executing pious activities, when one is completely freed from all contaminations and from all illusory dualities, one then becomes engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Ribble. Okay, does someone want to read? We can read like two more, then we can go to six as to prayer.
तपस्विभ्यो अधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्यो अपि मतो अधिकः कर्मभ्यः च अधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भव अर्जुनः.
Oh, Prabhu disconnected. Hmm. Maybe his battery ended. Tapasvibhya done the ascetic. Adhikaha greater yogi, the yogi jnanibhya, than the wise. Api also. Mataha considered. Adhikaha greater than karmibhya, than the fruitive worker. Cha also. Adhika greater than yogi, the yogi. Tasma therefore yogi a transcendentalist. Bhava just become Arjuna, O Arjuna. Translation. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Purport. When we speak of yoga, we refer to linking up our consciousness with the Supreme Absolute Truth. Such a process is named differently by various practitioners in terms of the particular method adopted. When the linking up process is predominantly in fruitive activities, it is called karma yoga. When it is predominantly empirical, it is called jnana yoga. And when it is predominantly in a devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord, it is called bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness, is the ultimate perfection of all yogas, as will be explained in the next verse. The Lord has confirmed herein the superiority of yoga, but has not mentioned that it is better than bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is full spiritual knowledge, and as such, nothing can excel it. Asceticism without self-knowledge is imperfect. Empiric knowledge without surrender to the Supreme Lord is also imperfect, and fruitive work without Krishna consciousness is a waste of time. Therefore, the most highly praised form of yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga, and this is still more clearly explained in the next verse. Hare Krishna, Rahul. Hare Krishna, Lucky Prabhu, Dandarpanam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Lucky
also,
Prabhu,
Dandarpanam, Jai Shri
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dana Pranam Jai Shri
Prabhu. One street, the next one. This is 640.
Prabhupada. I can read Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Jai Shri Prabhu.
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतीनान्तर् आत्मनः श्रद्धवान् भजते यो मां समे युक्तात्मो मतः. Yoginam of all yogis, api also sarvesham, all types of mat gatena, abiding in me, anta atmana, always thinking of me within Shraddhavan, in full faith, bhajate. Thank you so much, Karthik Prabhu. Bhajate, render transcendental loving service. Yaha, one who, Mam, me, the Supreme Lord, and Saha, he, may, mine. Yuktamanaha, the greatest yogi, Mataha is considered. Translation. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Purport. Srila Prabhupada. The word bhajate is significant here. Bhajate has its root in the verb bhaja, bhaj, which is used when there is need of service. The English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaja. Worship means to adore. or to show respect and adore to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Person of Godhead. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous. But one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being truly condemned. Every living entity is part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus every living entity is intended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own constitution. Failing to do this, he falls down. The Bhagavatam confirms this as follows: Ya esham purusham shakshad atma प्रभवम् ईश्वरं न भजते अवजानन्ति स्तनद् sorry स्तनद् बृहस्त पतन्ते अधा. Anyone who does not render service and neglects its duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. In this verse also the word bhajanti is used. Therefore, bhajanti is applicable to the Supreme Lord only, whereas the Lord worship can be applied to demigods or to any other common living entity. The word avajananti used in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is also found in the Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti mam moda. Only the fools and rascals dread the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Such fools take it upon themselves to write commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita without an attitude of serving to the Lord. Consequently, they cannot properly distinguish between the word bhajante and the word worship. The culmination of all kinds of yoga practice lies in Bhakti Yoga. All other yogas are but means to come to the point of bhakti in Bhakti Yoga. Yoga actually means Bhakti Yoga. All other yogas are pro sorry progi, pro, progressions toward the destination of Bhakti Yoga. From the beginning of Karma Yoga to the end of Bhakti Yoga is a long way to self realization. Karma Yoga without fruitive results is the beginning of this path. When Karma Yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called Jnana Yoga. When Jnana Yoga increases in meditation on the Super Soul by different physical process and the mind is on him, it is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses the Ashtanga Yoga and comes to the point of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it is called Bhakti Yoga, the culmination. No, actually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal. But to analyze Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas. The yogi who is progressive is therefore on the true path of eternal good fortune. One who sticks to a particular point and does not make further progress is called by that particular name. Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, or Dhyana Yogi, Raja Yogi, Hatha Yogi, etc. If one is fortunate enough to come to the point of Bhakti Yoga, it is to be understood that he has surpassed all the other yogas. Therefore, to become Krishna consciousness is the highest stage of yoga. Just as when we speak of Himalayan, we refer to the world's highest mountains, of which the highest peak, Mount Everest, is considered to be the culmination. It is by great fortune that one comes to Krishna consciousness on the path of Bhakti Yoga to become well situated according to the Vedic direction. The ideal yogi concentrates his attention on Krishna, who is called Shamasundara, who is as beautifully colored as a cloud, whose lotus-like face is as effulgent as the sun, whose dress is brilliant with jewels, and whose body is flower garlanded, illuminating all sides is gorgeous luster, which is called the Brahma Jyoti. He incarnates in different forms such as Rama, Narasimhadev, Varaha, and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he descends like a human being as the son of Mother Yashoda, and he is known as Krishna, Govinda, and Vasudeva. He is the perfect child, husband, friend, and master, and he is full with all of opulences and transcendental qualities. If one remains fully consciousness of these features of the Lord, he is called the highest yogi. This stage of the highest perfection, his yoga, can be attained only by bhakti yoga, as is confirmed in all Vedic literature. Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tata guru tasya kat katye sorry tasya katye kate कते हे अर्थ प्रक्षत prakashante mahatmana only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master. All master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatic revealed. Bhaktir asya bhajanam tadi sorry tadi hamutropadi nirhasyenamuhus. Oh, come on. What is this? Bhaktir asya bhajanam tad tadhi hamutropadi nairashena musmin manah kalpanam. Etad eva naishkarmayam. Bhakti means devotion, service to the Lord, which is free from desire for material profit, neither in this life or in the next. Devoid of such inclinations, one should fully absorb the mind in the Supreme. That is the purpose of Nishkarmaya. These are some of the means for performance of bhakti or Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of the yoga system. Those ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to the sixth chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of Sankhya Yoga Brahma Vidya. Haribo.
Oh, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, let's read.
Knowledge of the absolute.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मास्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्.
नाम्ना मकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिर्तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशं है जनिननुग्रहा
त्रिनादपि सुनीचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेना कीर्तन्या सदा
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि.
ऐनन्दतनुजकिङ्करं पतितां मां विश्वें भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा सितधूलिशतशमचिन्तया
नैनं गलदश्रुधारया बध्नं गद्गदुधया किरापुलकैर्निचितं वपुकदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्य
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राविर्शायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे.
अश्लिष्यवापादरतं पिनष्टु मां मद्रश्नर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः.
Tribol. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
Third one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers, only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from us like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally.
Ribol, Sri Siksastakam ki jai.
Why?
First offense, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be unequal or to independent of the name Lord Vishnu.
To disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Fourth
And
offense,
considering that,
to
like
blaspheme
you
the
can
Vedic.
add.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination.
To give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Eighth offense, to consider chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karmakanda.
To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy.
Tenth offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Let us
Prema.
offer humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desired trees who can fulfill all desires and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Pancha Kalpata. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much for attending the reading session. Please forgive me if any offenses committed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor.
See you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you.